Short story long, there's artists out there in languages that you don't speak that produce the craziest shit you will ever see, and you will never see that shit because they don't speak the language. And I think that's bad. So what I was going on about. Hello. Welcome to Shit You're Missing Out On with Leia. Today, we're gonna cover a topic that is very, very dear to my heart. It is a Norwegian rap duo, musician duo, artist duo, visionary duo that I think a lot of people out there are missing out on. For one simple reason, which is that they don't speak Norwegian, like most people don't speak Norwegian. It may be considered a niche language. So yeah, the music is in Norwegian, but art expands language. All of the world should not be missing out on them just because they don't speak Norwegian. First of all, hello, hi, I'm Leia, and in this format, I'll be yapping about shit that I think you're missing out on because I care about you deeply. You clicked on this video, and since I care about you so deeply, I want you to be not missing out on stuff. Today, I'm gonna tell you that you're missing out on Karpe. There is an agenda. I did put 5 to 10 minutes into planning this episode, so do not worry, I got you. There will be timestamps as well, so that you can easily skip or go back. First, we have what qualifies me to talk on, to educate on today's topic. Then I'll be giving you some hard facts. I'm going to be talking about their artistry, their different eras. At the end, I will tell you how you can do good in this world by simply listening to their music. It is not clickbait, and it is very easy. Let's go. What qualifies me to speak on this topic? I'm not from Norway, but I speak Norwegian. I learned the language at 14 years old out of spite. I was on vacation with my parents in Norway. We were in Oslo for literally a day. And afterwards, I told my mom, I'm gonna move here when I'm 18 years old. My mom said, I don't think so. And I was like, I will prove you wrong. I will actually prove you wrong. I will start learning Norwegian. And that is how I started learning Norwegian. But yes, so I do speak a good amount of Norwegian. I understand a lot. I speak it to some extent. But just a disclaimer, in case I'm talking about anything in this video that is incorrect or translating something incorrectly, if you find something wrong in this video, language barrier. I'll try to not do that, but just in case I am missing out on something, it's not my native language. What else qualifies me? Since I learned Norwegian at quite an early age, random age to be honest, I grew up with Norwegian pop culture in a weird way. I grew up in Germany, but with Norwegian pop culture. Ever since I was 13 or 14 years old, I've been listening to Karpe, who I'm talking about today. I've been watching Norwegian television, shows, music, YouTubers. I think I can speak on it to some extent. Also, I have pitched Karpe to many of my non-Norwegian speaking friends before, and they've been impressed. Dare I say, people who don't speak a word of Norwegian have added songs in full-blown Norwegian to their daily rotation playlist. I talked enough about myself. Now we're going to talk about the stars of this video, the stars of my life, the stars of my Spotify Wrapped every year. Karpe, the Norwegian goats, national treasures, icons. You get the gist. Let's start in the beginning. Karpe is a duo, and they mostly do rap, hip-hop. Their names are Chirag and Megdi. One of them has Egyptian roots. The other one has Indian, Gujarati roots. They grew up in Norway. They met in Norway. They started making music together in 2001, which that is actually the year I was born in, so that's crazy. I looked at some of their numbers on Spotify, and there was a time when on Spotify they had, because you can see the cities on Spotify, right? They had 400,000 monthly listeners in Oslo, but Oslo only has 600 to 700,000 inhabitants, which that is insane. I think you will have to work really hard to find a Norwegian person that doesn't know them. I don't think that is a thing at all. Also, they've had for, I think their past, at least 2 or 3 albums, they had residencies in the biggest concert hall in Oslo for, I think the last one was 10 nights in a row that they just sold out. Imagine doing a residency like that with Norwegian music, you know? I don't know. To me, that's crazy. Also, they went on a European tour last year throughout Europe. That's the best way to do a European tour with Norwegian music. And it was also, I think it was sold out in most places. Or at least it was very well attended. I attended the Amsterdam one. It was a blast. They played some festivals in Germany, which is insane to think that Norwegian artists do that. No, it's Germany. They cannot tell you what country is where in Scandinavia. Is it Sweden? Is it Finland? Is it Denmark? They don't fucking know. But do they have a Norwegian act playing at one of their festivals? Yes, and I think that's crazy. I would like to pull up some pictures here. Some pictures of the two, yes, the swaggiest men you will ever see. Look at them. Look at them here. Look at them here. Look at them here. You cannot tell me those are not the swaggiest men you've seen in a hot minute. Also look at this one. Very much giving Ayo Debris. First of all, they have this insane visual aesthetic that ties their music, visuals, and like Instagram content, whatever. It ties it all together. And I appreciate nothing more than artists with a clear vision, and you literally only have to open their Instagram account and you see the vision. I think I'll just talk about their most recent EP first, just because I think it is one of the best works. Omar Sharif. I have the vinyl. I love this EP so much. It is a crazy blend out of Arabic, Gujarati, Norwegian, obviously, and like weird other languages like German. There's like 2 songs where they just drop a German line for no reason. Why would they do that?
Hi, it's Leah from the Post. I forgot something very important here, or I didn't know at the time I was recording the video. They said in an interview that they made this EP in so many different languages so that you can't understand it on your own, and that you need friends or a community from different places and backgrounds to fully understand the whole vision of the project. And I think that is so beautiful, and I just really wanted to let you know. Bye-bye.
But I think what's the most interesting part about this album is that they made a full, again, I was talking about like the full artistry of something, the full vision of a project. Yes, they did that. They have a short film that accompanies the EP. They have a short film that accompanies it, that takes you in a weird Black Mirror meets Bollywood movie meets a random house in Norway world. It is not released as a full short film or like a full film. They put this short film or the clips that make up the short film on a website in a constant loop. So you go on the website, you enter the loop at some random point in the clips or storyline, and you just keep watching. You just watch until you don't want to watch anymore. You watch until you've seen everything at least once or until you understood the story. It's a crazy experience. The thing is, on the loop website, where you can just enter and you will enter wherever the fuck the loop is at that moment, it's only Norwegian, but they uploaded all the separate clips to YouTube with subtitles, and I will link that below so that you can watch it. I would recommend just start at the beginning, just let it roll through, and it is insane. It is insanely well produced. The budget for this must have been insane. At the end of the day, they're still Norwegian artists, which means they probably have more money than the average artist from a different country. But the money that must have gone into this production, I don't know. It is crazy to have like this well produced short film for an EP. In Norwegian, for Norway, which the target, if we're just talking target group now, if we're only talking target group, not that many. If you're producing a song, an English song, you know there's like X amount of billion people out there that speak English. From that, half of them are in an age group that would consume your music, you know? But as I said, 5 million native Norwegian speakers. Let's say half of them are even like remotely in an age range that would listen to their music. But just imagine, there's not even like a target audience of like, there's like 1 million people maybe you're talking to, and you have that much money to put into, and you actually do it, and you create something incredible. Yeah, this is what the shit you're missing out on part of this there's artists out there in languages that you don't speak that produce the craziest shit you will ever see, and you will never see that shit because they don't speak the language. And I think that's bad. So what I was going on about this loop, and I kind of want to spoiler it, but I just want you to watch it without a bias from my side. I can't decide whether I'm going to spoil it or not. I already said, like, it takes you in a different world. It is all about, like, how to conquer writer's block. And they, like, have a machine that helps them conquer writer's block. Oh my god, please watch it. Please watch it. It is so fucking good. It is so well produced and weird. It is very weird, and I appreciate the weirdness. Let's talk about some of the songs on this album EP. There's only 6 songs on it. It's not that much, and they're all inspired by different situations in the short film, and it is insane. If there was one song that I think you should listen to from this EP, it is Puff.no, which we'll get to what that means in a bit. This song is so fucking good. How good is this song? Oh my god. It is an old Tunisian song that they sampled. It is in Arabic. So some of the hook is in Arabic and the rest is in Norwegian. And it's basically... Why would I describe the song? It is a banger. I'm not gonna go through this song by song. You have to do that yourself. But if you want to watch something really crazy, watch The Loop. Omar Sharif. An amazing EP that I warmly recommend to you and that I think you are personally missing out on. But before this EP, there were many more. They don't just release an album. That is so boring. They did not. They released this all in one track. It's like a 20-minute long track that is basically the EP. Is it EP? Is it album? I don't fucking care. Sas Plus, Sas Pussy also has some bangers, but I'm not going to go into depth about this because I want to talk about an album that is very important to me, which is called Heisan Montebello, a banger. This album radicalized me. This album radicalized me in my Norwegian journey. But this album is, I think, the first thing I got into listening to Karpe. I have such bangers, such as Lett å være bedre kjære leiligheten din, banger, Gunerius, banger. Again, very strong visual presence. Music videos, they've just always been very high value production, but also a good vision. So not just putting a lot of money into their visuals, or at least making it look as if there's a lot of money behind that. There's also something about that just makes it feel very different from other artists I've seen before. In what way, Leah? You can't just always say it's different and then not give a reason why. Sorry. So yeah, Heisan Montebello, amazing. This one, I mean, kind of a theme that is something they talk about throughout most of their art is being children of immigrants in a country that has a culture. Being children of immigrants in a culture that is very different from the culture that their parents are from. So as I said, one of them has Egyptian roots and the other one has Gujarati Indian roots. And they both grew up in Norway, which culturally, there's differences. So that is a big part of their music, is kind of their experience. Their experiences from that perspective. Which, for example, the song Lett å være bedre kjære leiligheten din, which translates to, it's easy to be a rebel from your basement flat. It's so easy to be a rebel from your basement flat. No, that one talks about it really heavily with sentences such as like, you know, like when they're dating a girl, immediately their parents or father would be like, you already have the hijab? No, like we don't want our girl with you, bullshit like that. Or that how they would never be like Scandinavian enough, even though they grew up there, or like how that influences their daily life. So that is a common thread throughout a lot of their art. And on Heisan Montebello, there's also a song called Gunerius, which actually is on here. This is merch from their arena residency that they did for that album. It looks like a soccer jersey. This had so many soccer bros tripping. Some people actually asked me what team it is. Some were just looking at it and being like, I of course know what team that is. It's not a team. It is their merch. They released this in 3 colors. I did not attend the residency. I ordered this online at 15 years old with my mom's credit card because I thought it looked so fucking cool, and I still do think it looks very fucking cool. Gunerius. Gunerius is a mall in Oslo, in Grönland, a part of Oslo that has a lot of cultural diversity, as like weird white people would say. I am weird white people, I'm so sorry. But yes, Grönland, and Gunerius is a mall, and they're kind of talking about going there. That song is insane. That song is My Roman Empire. It has some of the best lyrics I know. We'll pull up the lyrics right now, because there is this song also talks about going there and, again, the struggle of growing up in a different culture than your parents did. So my favorite thing there, and it took me, I'm not kidding, 7 or 8 years to understand this line. It's always been my favorite line in the song, but I never knew how to like actually analyze it in terms of the full song. Så skal jeg elske deg til døden en drapstrussel. Which means I will love you to death. This is a death threat. Which, first I was like, oh, what the fuck are you trying to tell me? What the fuck? Like, be so for real right now. What are you telling me? And I was thinking about it more. And there is a remix of this song by a singer called Amanda Delara. I think she only goes by Delara now. And this is the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. The Gunerius remix. A girl, she did it for like one of those live sessions in Norwegian radio, and it's literally only called Gunerius Remix. I will find those lyrics as well. It's not a cover, it's a remix, so she kept some of the parts, but she took her own spin on it. And at the end, she also sings, and this is what got me thinking. She sings Så jeg danser på roser, men jeg har torner i føttene. I'm dancing on roses, but I have thorns in my feet. And I think I was literally on like a random bus, and I was listening to both songs back to back, and I was just working my cute little brain. I was doing a brain workout, and then I think I got it. So how I would interpret this, and you can take this interpretation. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. But so I'm dancing on roses, but I have thorns in my feet. Basically, they're growing up in a country where everything seems to be perfect, like Norway. If you live in Europe, Norway is just like the pinnacle of wealth, of a well-organized country, of a free country, of all of the blah, 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 whatever. But still, of course, that is not the reality for every single person in that country. You're dancing on roses, which, beautiful country, beautiful, well-organized, wealthy country. But still there's thorns in your feet, which is not being deemed part of this society enough, or the culture enough, or not looking a certain way. And that's my humble interpretation. And also of the part where they say, I will love you to death. That's a death threat. That's how I would say it. Like, loving the country you live in just because you enjoy living in that country, but still there's something that will always keep you from just having love for it. That's what I think. So that's my main takeaway from that album, is Gunerius, just such a banger. I was in Oslo this summer, and after the club at night, we were walking home, and I saw Gunerius, and I was like, no one fucking knows. No one back home knows how iconic this is. Listen to Gunerius and the Gunerius remix. I will add that to your homework list right here. Yappa, 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 yappa. I only wanted to talk about two of their bigger projects, Haisa Montebello and Omar Sharif. And they recently released something so iconic. It is called, I don't know how to say it, Pia Pia Calling? Pia Pia Calling? Whatever. It is a song with a lot of collaboration. A short story long. Pakistan has something called Coke Studio. I don't know too much about it. Massive following. They do a lot of live music sessions, and they do it really big, and they do it really beautiful. Coke Studio, Pakistan. Karpe in Norway. We're gonna bring another stakeholder, which is Quickstyle. Quickstyle is a dance group, also from Norway, and they went viral for dancing at one of their friends' wedding. This video is my comfort video. I watch it whenever I'm sad. There is just no way you cannot cheer up while watching that, and they like incorporate a lot of different dance styles, music styles. It is beautiful. They are frequent collaborators of Karpe. They toured Europe with them. I think they like co-created a lot of like choreography and artistry of the tour together. They collaborate a lot. So we have Karpe, we have Quickstyle, then we have Coke Studio, and somehow they were connected. I don't know who reached out. There's a whole documentary on it. I will link it below. And they were like, hey, we all love music. Let's do something together. So they flew Karpe out, they flew Quickstyle Alexa out. They flew Amanda Delara out, the one from the remix. And they all went to Pakistan, recorded this song with a Pakistani artist. And it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. They made the whole set for it insanity again. The song is in so many languages without it being like a weird we are the world type, we need diversity song. No, it just flows effortlessly into each other, which I think is very lovely. So the song is of course in Norwegian. It is in Gujarati, Urdu, Arabic. I think there's some Farsi in there, and I think I'm missing at least one language. And I'm obsessed with it. Look at the visuals. I will gladly put at least the live session on your homework list because it's just a bunch of people wanting to make cool art together. Lovely. Something very important, which I think is one of the... Oh my god, I lost my shoe. Did you see my shoe? It's a little bear. One of the most interesting things about Karpe as musicians is not only the sheer like numbers they pull for a band that is from Norway making music in predominantly Norwegian. Apart from that, they have something called PAF, which that stands for Patel Abdelmajid Foundation, which is both of their last names. So they have a foundation that they transferred all of their master rights to. So their music master rights are always the thing about music that makes the money. You might have heard about like the whole Taylor Swift scandal where her master rights were sold to another person. So all of the money made with that music goes to a different person that's not her. Yeah, master rights are like the main thing that, for example, I think Jay-Z was like at least the biggest one to like own his masters, and that's I think one of the parts that made him really rich. Could be talking shit right now, I don't know. The master rights of music is very important. That is the thing that makes the money. So they overwrote the rights to that to the foundation so that all the money that is made with their music goes directly into this fund for the foundation that is then distributed to projects for refugees in Norway, immigrants in Norway, projects surrounding those areas, which... slay. And also on their website you can see how much money is made and how the money is distributed. Interesting website. It is called paf.no, paf.no, like the song that I was talking that is on your homework list. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's their foundation, which how the fuck. Imagine you're just listening to really good music and then you suddenly remember, oh my god, every single cent that was made went to people that need the money. I don't think that's often the case. And just one more other reason to love them. Quick recap on your homework list. If you want to do some extracurriculars, you can watch The Loop, the Omar Sharif short film thingy. If that is too much, only watch the Puff.no video or listen to the song. From Hai Son Montebello, I want you to listen to Gunerius, and then I want you to also listen to the Gunerius remix by Amanda Delara. And then what else did I add? Pia Pia Calling. Exactly. I think that is some very good things to get into it to make sure you're no longer missing out on Karpe. And last but not least, I have been yapping for 45 minutes. I have to pee so bad. Is a list with benefits that you get out of listening to Karpe. I think number one of the most important things is bragging rights. Being able to tell people that you listen to like this niche cool artist that no one else knows in a language that no one speaks. That is crazy, right? I think those bragging rights are what it's all about when listening to music. Discovering artists that not everyone knows feels good. Number two, people are going to think you're so mysterious because no one fucking speaks Norwegian. And they will be like, what is going on? Can be cool. And also their visuals. Their visuals are very inspiring. I watched the short film and some of their music videos with a lot of friends who don't speak a word of Norwegian. And they're creatives as well. And they were like very inspiring. So you're welcome. And that is all on my list. I'm gonna call it right now. It is beginning of November 2024. Spotify Wrapped for this year is not out yet, but I think they're gonna be like my most listened to artists this year. Also, they're amazing live. They have an insane live show. I am in love with these men in like a parasocial, platonic way, and I hope you no longer feel like you're missing out on Karpe. Thank you so much. See you here next time when I yap about something that's famous in Norway that no one else has heard of, to make sure that you're no longer missing out on it. Thank you very much. My name is Leah Murray. Ha det bra. That's how you say goodbye in Norwegian. Ha det.